More than $10 billion poured into a single product. 2 million people who raised their hand and said, yes, I want one. And today?
Cybertruck crash in Piedmont is now suing Tesla. 3 college students died in the crash. A lawsuit filed by the family.
Tesla Cybertruck crash in Houston last summer. Autopilot was engaged when the vehicle appeared to misjudge a turn.
Entire parking lots across America filled with unsold trucks, sitting under the sun, collecting dust, going nowhere. Tesla's Cybertruck was supposed to be the truck that changed everything. The truck that made Ford nervous. The truck that made Chevy rethink its entire future. Instead, it became something else entirely. A recall nightmare. A pricing scandal, a production disaster, and a story about what happens when a visionary promises the moon and the rocket explodes on the launch pad. This is the full, unfiltered story of how the Tesla Cybertruck became the most expensive mistake in modern automotive history.
Welcome to the Cybertruck Unveiled.
It's November 21st, 2019. You're inside Tesla's Hawthorne Design Studio in California. The crowd is buzzing. Cameras everywhere, and Elon Musk walks onto a completely dark stage black jacket. No notes, full confidence, looking like a man who's about to rewrite history. And then it rolls out. A machine unlike anything that had ever appeared on 4 wheels. No curves, no soft edges, no attempt whatsoever to look like a normal truck. Just cold, hard, brutal stainless steel panels flat as a knife blade arranged into something that looked less like a pickup truck and more like a prop from a science fiction film that hadn't been made yet. The crowd didn't know whether to gasp or laugh. Most of them did both. But Musk wasn't there to win a design award. He was there to make promises. And what he promised that night wasn't just a truck. It was a complete destruction of everything the pickup truck industry had built over 100 years.
The design for Cybertruck, the goal was to come up with something that had an exoskeleton. We had to make a custom alloy to make it more ductile. While we're at it, we also made it a bit more corrosion resistant.
A base price of just $39,900. 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. And then the moment that everyone remembers bulletproof glass. Not impact resistant, not reinforced, bulletproof. He didn't whisper it. He said it with full confidence, picked up a steel ball, and threw it directly at the window.
Sure? Yeah. Oh my God. Well.
The window shattered. Musk froze. The crowd went silent. He looked at the broken glass, looked back at the audience, and tried to laugh it off. Oh my God. Well, maybe that was a little too hard. Anyone watching that moment would have assumed it was over. That Tesla had just publicly embarrassed itself on the biggest automotive stage of the year. That the pre-orders would dry up before the stage lights even went off. Instead, 72 hours later, 180,000 pre-orders. 1 week later, 250,000 reservations, all with just a $100 refundable deposit. 250,000 people watched the window shatter live and still said, I want one. CNN called it the future of pickups. CNBC declared Tesla had redefined a century-old industry. Fortune magazine wrote, this could be the iPhone moment for electric vehicles. Tesla's stock jumped 6% in a single day. The broken window was forgotten. The hype machine had completely taken over. And here's the thing, the belief wasn't irrational. It wasn't blind fanboy loyalty. It made complete logical sense. Because by 2019, Elon Musk had already done the impossible twice. The Model S proved that an electric car could be genuinely luxurious. The kind of car that made people say, wait, electric vehicles are actually cool? Then the Model 3 proved an electric car could be affordable. Not a toy for the ultra-rich. A real car for real families. And on top of that, Tesla had built entirely from nothing, with no government contract, no oil company backing the largest electric vehicle charging network on the entire planet. In 2019, Tesla controlled 34% of the entire US electric vehicle market. So when this man stood on stage and said he was going to build a truck that could outrun, outhaul, and outrange anything Ford or GM had ever made, people didn't think it was crazy. They thought this is exactly what this guy does. That trust, that deep, genuine, hard-earned trust, is precisely what made everything that followed so painful to watch. The first delay came in 2020, and nobody blamed Tesla for it. COVID-19 had paralyzed the entire world.
Coronavirus. More than 50 cases here in the U.S. and global fears growing.
Coronavirus cases in the United States, new confirmed cases, and over the course of the last several weeks.
Higher overall number of cases in the community. So it's not just that we're testing more people, it's that there are more people out there, period.
Tesla used the pandemic to push timelines back, and not a single person pushed back hard. The world was in survival mode. Delays made sense. But here's what the public had absolutely no idea about. Behind the closed doors of Tesla's Austin, Texas engineering department, the team was already facing a crisis that had nothing to do with a pandemic. A crisis they had quietly known about for months. The stainless steel Musk had chosen for the Cybertruck, the same ultra-hard alloy used in SpaceX rockets, was turning out to be a manufacturing nightmare of historic proportions. Regular automotive steel is forgiving. It bends, it stamps, it shapes at mass scale. Car factories have been doing it efficiently for over a century. This stainless steel? Completely different animal. It requires micron-level precision. And here's the brutal part: you can't cover the mistakes with paint, because there is no paint. The raw steel is the finish. Every dent, every misalignment, every imperfection is visible forever. Tesla's own engineers described it as one of the most difficult manufacturing challenges they'd ever faced. And Musk himself, on an earnings call, quietly admitted that the Cybertruck contained too much new technology all at once. While Tesla wrestled with its own impossible steel in the Texas heat, the rest of the automotive world was not standing still, not even close. 2022. Tesla is still saying soon, still promising, still asking for patience. Ford was delivering trucks. The F-150 Lightning was showing up in real driveways. Real contractors were loading their tools into the frunk. Real families were plugging their houses into their trucks during blackouts. Real YouTube channels were racking up millions of views showing normal people doing normal things with an electric pickup that actually existed. GM announced a Silverado EV with 492 miles of range, nearly identical to what Musk had promised on that stage in 2019. And buyers were paying attention. A Cox Automotive survey showed the Ford F-150 Lightning had 67% buyer consideration among electric pickup shoppers. Tesla, the company that had invented the entire conversation about electric pickups, had been pushed out of the lead position in its own market. They had lost their first-mover advantage, the single most powerful weapon a technology company can have, and they had let it slip away. The worst part? Tesla's leadership hadn't fully come to terms with it yet. January 25, 2023. Tesla earnings call. The whole investor world is tuned in. Analysts want one thing: a clear answer about the Cybertruck. When is it coming? What are the numbers? When does Tesla start making money from this $10 billion bet? Musk gives them an answer, just not the one they wanted. We do expect production to start, maybe sometime this summer, but I always try to downplay the start of production because it's always very slow. From the original promise of late 2021 to maybe summer 2023, delivered casually, with a shrug, as if 2 years of broken promises was just a minor footnote in a long story. But Musk wasn't done. He then told investors directly, on the record, that for all of 2023, the Cybertruck would not be a significant contributor to the bottom line. The room went cold. Investors who had been patient for years finally understood what they were dealing with. This wasn't a timing problem anymore. This was a fundamental engineering failure dressed up in corporate language. And then, completely without warning, without a single press release, without so much as a tweet, the tri-motor 500-mile range version of the Cybertruck simply vanished from Tesla's website. The model that had generated the majority of those early reservations. The model that had been the headline number $69,900 for 500 miles of range is gone. Erased, as if it had never been promised. One day it was there, the next day it wasn't. No explanation, no apology, no nothing. By this point, Tesla had already sunk over $10 billion into the Texas Gigafactory and Cybertruck development combined. $10 billion spent, $0 of Cybertruck revenue earned. Late 2023, 4 years after that stage in Hawthorne. 4 years after the broken window and the $250,000 deposits. 4 years of promises, delays, and excuses. The day finally arrives. Cameras are set up. Press is invited. Tesla employees are lined up and smiling. The whole thing is staged like a triumphant product launch because technically, that's what it's supposed to be. The entire automotive world is asking one question: how many Cybertrucks is Tesla handing over today? The answer? Between 10 and 30 trucks. Most of them went to Tesla's own employees. Let that fully sink in. 4 years, $10 billion, 250,000 people on a waiting list. And on delivery day, Tesla handed over fewer trucks than a small Ford dealership in a mid-size American town moves on a slow weekend. But the quantity wasn't even the worst part. When people saw the final prices, that's when the real explosion happened. The base price Musk had promised in 2019 on that stage? $39,900. The actual price on delivery day in 2023? $60,990. The dual motor version that was supposed to cost $69,900? Now $79,990. The premium foundation series? Over $100,000. That's not a rounding error. That's not inflation math. That is a 53% price increase from what 250,000 people were explicitly promised when they handed over their deposit. Social media detonated. Reservation cancellations flooded in. People who had waited 4 years, who had defended this truck in comment sections, who had argued with friends and family about why Tesla was going to win, were now publicly furious. And if you thought that was the worst moment in Cybertruck history, you were dangerously wrong about what was coming next. April 2024. A Cybertruck owner named Jose Martinez opens TikTok and records a video that changes everything. In the video, he calmly shows his Cybertruck's accelerator pedal completely stuck to the floor. The vehicle is at full acceleration and he cannot stop it. He's sitting in a $100,000 truck that has decided it is going full speed and there is nothing the driver can do about it. The video goes viral within hours. 2 million views on TikTok, 6 million views on Twitter. And the part that made it truly devastating, he wasn't alone. Other owners started coming forward immediately with the exact same problem. Tesla is forced into an emergency recall of every single Cybertruck produced up to that point, all 3,878 of them. The cause, when it's finally revealed? Workers on the production line had been using soap as a lubricant during the assembly of the accelerator pedal. The soap residue caused the pedal pad to shift out of position and jam against the interior trim, locking the accelerator at full throttle, on the part that controls how fast the truck goes. But that was only the beginning. Once the recall story broke and the public scrutiny intensified, other problems started surfacing at a pace that became genuinely hard to track. Windows shattering without any impact during normal highway driving. Steering systems malfunctioning while owners were actively on the road. The single giant windshield wiper, which costs over $300 just to replace, failing within weeks of ownership. Stainless steel body panels physically detaching from the vehicle while driving at highway speeds. A massive recall covering over 46,000 Cybertrucks for cant rail trim pieces that were attached with adhesive so weak the panels could fly off mid-drive. And then the numbers from real-world testing came in, and they were brutal. Motor Trend ran a head-to-head comparison test between the Cybertruck, the Ford F-150 Lightning, and the Rivian R1T. The result? Rivian wins. Cybertruck second. Ford Lightning third. Tesla, the company that started this entire conversation, couldn't even beat the competition it had inspired to exist. But none of that, not the recall, not the range, not the performance test compared to what happened next. Up until this point, the Cybertruck story was a story about broken promises, manufacturing failures, and corporate embarrassment. Then in 2025, it became something much heavier. A 20-year-old named Jack Nelson was killed when his Cybertruck crashed and caught fire. His family came forward with a claim that stopped the automotive world cold. They said the interior door buttons failed during the crash, meaning the doors couldn't be opened from inside.
The family blames the Cybertruck's door design. The door is connected to a battery, and the suit claims if the power is cut off, the door may not open.
The Cybertruck's exterior design has no traditional door handles by design. And the emergency mechanical release? Hidden, non-intuitive, impossible to find in a panic situation. Jack Nelson couldn't get out. Safety experts and consumer advocates immediately began raising alarms. This wasn't just about build quality anymore. This was about whether the Cybertruck's design choices, the ones that made it look so futuristic on stage in 2019, were actively dangerous to the people sitting inside it. And regulators were now paying full attention. October 2025. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration opened investigations into nearly 3 million Tesla vehicles over full self-driving software causing red light violations and crashes. The scrutiny wasn't just on the Cybertruck anymore. It had spread to the entire Tesla brand. Let's talk about the numbers, because the numbers in 2025 tell a story that no amount of corporate spin can fix. Of the 2 million plus reservations Tesla once claimed for the Cybertruck, do you know how many people actually bought one when their turn came and they saw the real price? Just 2.5%. From 2 million reservations to fewer than 50,000 total deliveries in 2 full years of production. 39 out of every 40 people who reserved a Cybertruck walked away when reality arrived. In Q, One of 2025, Tesla sold just 6,406 Cybertrucks, half of the previous quarter. By Q3 of 2025, sales had crashed 62.6% year over year, just 5,400 units in an entire quarter. Tesla had built capacity and infrastructure to produce 250,000 Cybertrucks per year. They were using roughly 15% of it. The unsold inventory situation became so severe that Tesla was caught storing Cybertrucks in the abandoned parking lot of a shuttered shopping center in Michigan, a move that local zoning officials confirmed was illegal. At peak, an estimated 10,000 unsold Cybertrucks were sitting in storage lots across the country, representing roughly $800 million in inventory that nobody was buying. Production lines were scaled back dramatically. Workers were quietly reassigned to the Model Y line. Some Cybertruck production teams were reduced by more than half their original size. And in 2025 alone, across 3 separate recall campaigns, Tesla recalled over 115,000 Cybertrucks. That's roughly 318 trucks flagged per day, every single day, for an entire year. More than double the recall volume of 2024. Meanwhile, Ford's F-150 Lightning, the truck that didn't have a billion-dollar hype cycle, that didn't promise bulletproof glass, that just quietly showed up and worked, reclaimed market leadership in the electric pickup segment that Tesla had supposedly invented. Tesla's overall EV market share fell from 75% to 46%. The brand itself, once the most aspirational automotive nameplate in the world, was now being protested outside dealerships across the US, Europe, and Australia. So what do we actually do with all of this? Here's the honest summary. Tesla invested more than $10 billion into a product. They built a factory in Texas with capacity for 250,000 trucks a year. They generated 2 million reservations through sheer hype and the credibility of everything they had built before. And after 2 full years of production, they had delivered fewer than 50,000 trucks. They had burned through investor capital, lost their market share lead, generated 10 separate recalls in under 2 years, lost a young man's life to a design that trapped him inside the vehicle, and watched their inventory pile up in an abandoned mall parking lot in Michigan. The Cybertruck didn't fail because Elon Musk isn't smart. He is. It didn't fail because Tesla isn't capable. They have proven they are. It failed because ambition without execution is just a very expensive story. Because promising the impossible is easy, manufacturing the impossible at scale, at a price people will actually pay, is something else entirely. The Cybertruck will go down in automotive history, not the way Musk intended on that stage in 2019, not as the iPhone moment of electric vehicles. It will go down as the most expensive lesson in the history of the auto industry about the distance between a dream and a delivery. The truck that was going to change everything ended up changing very little, except the bank account of everyone who believed in it.